Rev goes over the same thing Smash JT just talked about, except they replaced him with somebody who is just as bad and just as much a woke moron as the last guy. They just keep repeating the same cycles of bullshit. The conversation around Obsidian isn't over yet, man. It just keeps getting worse. Keeps getting worse and worse. And it still hasn't gotten to the worst point. We've got more to come. I guarantee you they're going to end up shutting down Obsidian. Especially if it's going to take them years to release a game, and then that game flops, they're fucking done.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure most of you are already aware that Xbox is doing a round of layoffs.
What?
Some estimates put around 3,200 or so employees. And now it's a matter of which studios are going to be shutting down, which ones will survive.
Dude, everybody knows. Everybody knows what's going on here.
And you can really say you reap what you sow, okay? A lot of these big corporations, they've been asking for this. They've been playing with people, they've been playing with gamers too long, and now they're suffering financially, and they have to start trimming the fat. And
all these people were talking in this whole time about how they hate people like— fuck, I pressed the wrong button. How they hate people like me. So it's deserved. Fuck them. I hope they lose everything. I'm just gonna play games like Terraria and Stardew Valley and Minecraft and PCSX2, the Dolphin emulator. That's where I'm gonna be. GOG.
Which studios are going to be shutting down, which ones will survive. And you can really say you reap what you sow, okay? A lot of these big corporations, they've been asking for this. They've been playing with people, they've been playing with gamers too long, and now they're suffering financially, and they have to start trimming the fat. And one of these studios people are looking at is Obsidian.
No! Not the people who made Fallout New Vegas!
Now, of course, Obsidian is the creator of Avowed, and we know how that went, right? This game
But they also made Fallout New Vegas, don't you remember? And also those other games before Fallout New Vegas that was like fucking 25 years ago?
Had a bunch of woke wackadoos working on it. And it was supposed to be the next great thing. Everyone told you this was going to be a massive hit. It was going to destroy the chuds, but here we are.
Yeah, and it had less features than Obsidian's— or not fucking Obsidian. It had less features than Oblivion, which is like what it was supposed to be a spiritual successor to. It was the same situation that Outer Worlds was in with Fallout New Vegas.
About a year later, this game was a massive flop. And just look at the lack of interest, only peaking at 1,900 players on—
But it's not showing the Game Pass numbers.
Day one.
That now Xbox says fucking failed.
And immediately flatlining and never recovering. And of course, we can see there are some firings that are affecting some of the Obsidian employees, including Matt Hansen. Do you remember Matt Hansen? He was the artistic director for Avowed. And apparently he's been fired.
He was.
Now, of course, he's the one who was posting stuff like this, saying, reminder to black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice. My DMs are open.
Okay, move on to the next part. I've already talked about this.
Open, and I will always give my priority to you. We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace me one day. I want to go back to living in the woods. Well, one way or another, this guy has been replaced. Yeah, literally foreshadowing his own firing. And you know what? At the end of the day, if you're some weirdo who's going to literally prioritize your occupational reactions and priorities based on the color of people's skin,
which is illegal.
Yeah, you're not a very good person. In fact,
it's racial discrimination in the workplace. You can't do that.
I would say you're a racist.
Yeah.
Okay? Giving priority to one race over the other, that's not good. That's not supposed to be progressive. That sounds terrible. And also, the self-hating white man is one of the most pathetic things you'll ever see, where he talks about the crusty white dudes like himself in the field. Well, guess what? With that attitude, sir, it's no wonder you're being replaced.
Yep. Lame ass motherfuckers. Just be cool, man. At this point, if somebody like me doesn't like you, if somebody like me thinks you're lame, then your project's gonna fail. Your product's gonna fail. Everything's gonna fail. And I'm here for it. and we're just gonna point and laugh.
So no love lost there. Good to see this guy get canned. But what about Obsidian generally?
Yeah, this is exactly what I've been talking about. Like, they're just a shit cycle. This is like shitting the bed, wrapping up the sheets with the shit still in the sheets, and trying to put it in the washer and dryer, and then you still got shit everywhere. It's exactly, and then you just keep doing that without actually cleaning up the shit. You just keep throwing it in the dryer.
Well, it turns out they have canceled their plans for an Avowed sequel. Oh no,
But they're secretly working on it in the background still. And all the people who are secretly working on Avowed 2, fire them.
was told by the
If you're not focused on the main project, then get the fuck out.
games journalists and all the activists. Avowed was such a success. How could they do this? Well, anybody with eyeballs looking at the situation objectively saw this coming, but they are pivoting. They're pivoting away from Avowed, and now they're going towards a new Fallout title.
Great. It's just gonna be Outer Worlds 3, but with a Fallout skin.
Which is going to be led by New Vegas director Josh Sawyer.
Yeah, woo! Yeah, okay. This is the exact post that I thought he was gonna bring up. I shared this. This is some bullshit.
And as pointed out, this new guy here taking over the reins, he likes to own the chuds. So someone asked, how do you feel about Fallout New Vegas' reputation for cracking eggs? Now this is important. A lot of people are not terminally online enough to know what this phrase means. Cracking eggs is almost primarily used by groomers. It's situations where adults
disgusting.
take advantage of confused children and try to convince them that their insecurities or their depression or any of these sorts of things are the result of them not knowing their real identity. And to these groomers, that real identity they're pushing on them is being trans.
Wood chipper.
So when you see people bringing up this terminology,
Wood chipper.
red flags everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay? But
Yeah. These freaks are still running Obsidian.
he made a serious response to that question, saying, I don't think the game itself does that, but there are certainly a lot of trans people within our community who had
Our
pivotal
community.
experience.
Talking about his community. They're in a fucking cult. Anybody outside of the cult, whatever that they're doing, whatever they're making is not for you. And that's why these products fail. And they don't care. They will burn up that corporate money and destroy everything. And then they'll walk away laughing about it. And they'll pretend like they're having a bad time. But they'll just fail upwards and go work somewhere else. Or they'll be forgotten. But either way, they still left a path of destruction. And we tried to warn them. And they didn't listen. And they're still doing it.
Their gender identity around the time they played the game or started interacting with the community, I think it's more likely that trans people within the community created a welcoming space for other people who felt more comfortable being themselves.
You're focused on this instead of making video games. How long? How long are they going to be able to keep this up? This is definitely going to blow up in their faces. This studio is getting fucking shut down. Guaranteed. There's no way that it can survive with people like this running it. And Xbox, this is what I'm saying, like, they're not doing what they are pretending that they're doing. They got to completely cut out all of these people. Because they're not focused on making games. They're focused on owning the chuds. They're focused on ritualistic child mutilation.
I don't think I can take credit for it, but I'm glad for it. Oh boy, so this guy is the new director.
I wonder for how long.
I guess he's going to be owning the chuds, but here's...
Either they're going to get rid of them soon, or they're going to have another failure, and then they're going to have to get rid of them.
The crazy part, we've seen this before. We also had this community manager for Remedy Games doing the exact same thing, talking about cracking eggs, right? We are seeing this all the time. The fact that these ghouls feel so comfortable doing this stuff and saying it publicly is crazy. And now, even more than before, I do not feel sorry for these people being fired. This stuff is a disaster in waiting. Just wait until the new Fallout game gets more attention on it.
Oh boy, I can't wait for the trailer.
These sorts of skeletons in their closet will be shined on even more. This is,
And now all the people that are going to be working on it are pissed off at Microsoft. Like, Bethesda is talking about doing some, doing a little bit of striking. Guaranteed that whatever they're going to make is not going to be up to par because they're pissed off and they're going to want to do everything they can to destroy Microsoft and ZeniMax and Bethesda because they don't actually care. They're focused on owning the chudge and transing the children.
everything wrong with the gaming industry currently.
And that's the end of this video. You son of a bitch!